Recently I heard the Lord say, "Ascend into surrender," and I've been sitting with the Lord in what He is speaking and for deeper revelation. So, I will be going live on Thursday with my beautiful friends Courtney Cook and at Natalie Fuller to dive into what the Lord is saying. Then today, the Lord brought this word before my eyes that He had me pen in 2021 and has prompted me to re-release it, as it is very much in line with some of what I feel He is speaking in Ascend into Surrender. When He speaks, His voice resounds through time and seasons. Be blessed. I heard the Lord say, "Your depth of surrender to me is positioning you to stand in new places." Recently, I heard the Lord say, "Your depth of surrender to me is positioning you to stand in new places." After hearing this, I was taken into a vision. I was so moved as I watched what was taking place in this vision. I saw the season shifting and major transition taking place, and the sound of surrender was being heralded loudly from the heavens. It was the sound of surrender to the ways of the Lord and the process of the Lord. As the sound went forth, many were surprised by the process that came with the alarm that was going forth. It was unexpected. The way was completely different, but there was such a deep invitation being extended from the Lord to lay down, let go, and surrender. One of the things that moved me deeply was when I saw many friends of God all over the earth beginning to fall face down before the Lord, and they were offering to Him that which He was asking. There was pain in letting go, but their hearts to worship Him and follow His way far outweighed the pain of letting go. There was a deep recognition and cry in their hearts that was building stronger and stronger, that heralded, when I said I would follow your way and follow you anywhere. I meant it. It's for you, Jesus, it's all for you. What also struck me was this surrender was so deep, it was so deep and costly. It was a sound of humility and love for Jesus that was so loud in the Spirit. The Lord whispered to me, "Look where it is happening." When I looked closer, the knowing came to me what the Lord was trying to say. It was happening in the hidden place. It was happening in a place before the Lord where it was an offering being given to Jesus that was not being heralded from the rooftops. It was happening in the most beautiful place of intimacy before the Lord. It was happening in such a deep place where it was truly their deepest desire to give Him everything out of burning adoration and love for Him. It was not being heralded from the rooftops so all could see how much they loved Jesus. It was not coming from a place of pride where the sacrifice was being placed as a badge upon them so all could see how devoted to Jesus they are. It was coming from such a deep place of purity and burning love for Him, for their first love. As this was taking place, I watched as the heart of Jesus was so moved. He was moved by their love. He was moved by their purity, their devotion, their humility and obedience. He was moved by their faithfulness. His words surrounded me again, "Your depth of surrender to me is positioning you to stand in new places." James 4 verse 10. I began to see the Lord leading them into new places, assignments and positions that would have them see a move of God that was unprecedented. The Lord was leading them into realms of carrying His heart and the secrets of His heart in such beautiful, deep places. I was so moved by the heart of Jesus as I could feel His heart for them, that their faithfulness to Him had moved His heart and had positioned them to carry more than they have before. Where they let go, where they partnered with His way, and followed in complete obedience, there was a greater land of expanse upon them. The test of either remaining where they were, for whatever reason, or following Jesus into His process, which has required a major letting go and major changes, they have responded with wholehearted consecration to the Lord, and now there's great reward upon them. I have said this so many times, and I will continue to say it as it burns stronger and stronger in me by the day. Your obedience to the Lord, your humility, and following His way is positioning you to move with Him in seeing the greatest move of the Spirit of God in your midst. James 4 verse 10 resounded loudly, "Humble yourselves before the Lord, and He will exalt you." He is looking for the humble, those who will humble themselves before Him, and not stand before Him with pride, when He is asking them to lie down in deep yielded dependence and oneness with Him and His way. God is looking for those who will build with Him, in His way, on His terms, not build for God in how they want and expect God to step in. It's all in for Jesus, and there has been a very deep consecration, letting go and clearing out that many of you have been through and many are going through. And you've let go of many things because He has asked for them. But you have done it out of a heart of burning adoration for Jesus, and that, friends, has positioned you to stand in new places with Jesus to see a mighty move of His Spirit, and His name lifted high and glorified. There is great reward upon you, faithful one. The Lord wants you to know how moved He has been by your faithfulness. Your consecration to Him has moved His heart deeply. He is entrusting you with more. He is increasing the expanse of new territories and gardens He will have you tend with Him, where a move of His Spirit is, and will, take place that will truly be unprecedented. You had to let go and die to some things, to come into the expanse of the life of the new birthings upon your life.